Hello again, witchy people. Say hello then. Barkley, say hello in your little red coat. Say hello. He's a bit upset because he wants to know why I'm not in bed asleep. Anyway, so next for the Baneful herbs. Yes, Barkley. I'm choosing Belladonna, Deadly Nightshade, Atropa Belladonna. Now, similar to monkshood, the poison in Belladonna, Atropa Belladonna, is an alkaloid, the main one, and it's called atropine, and there's also scopolamine, among others, but atropine is the main one. It causes a rapid heartbeat, garbled speech, hallucinations, seizures, and it's because of these awful side effects. It's been used in a lot of potentially addictive painkillers to stop people becoming addicted to them because they get these horrible, terrible side effects. Yes, Barkley. Medical students learn a rhyme so that they know recognise the symptoms of belladonna poisoning or atropine poisoning, and I've written it down in my notes. It says, hot as a hare, blind as a bat, dry as a bone, red as a beet, and mad as a hatter. And yes, Barkley, like you, mad as a hatter, yes. So they recognise the signs of this poison. The dog's licking me. Okay, it's another plant similar to aconite that grows about 3 foot high, slightly more bushier. It has small oval, quite pointed leaves, and these beautiful purplish brown flowers that are quite trumpet shaped, but the ends open up a little bit more than a trumpet shaped flower. It's paler yellow towards the end. As the flowers die down, you're left with this very hard green, almost like a nut sort of fruit. That ripens to red, and by the autumn it ripens to the glossy black that we all think of as belladonna. It grows in damp, shady places. Eastern Europe, very common in Eastern Europe. Most of Europe actually, it's very common in England, Germany. Western Asia, North Africa, and it's been introduced to America, and it's doing really well in America as well. And it's not actually illegal, even though it's supposed to be this, and it is a highly dangerous plant. It's not illegal to buy it, sell it, trade in it, anything like that. Relatives of the belladonna plant, and I always think this is funny, include, obviously some of them more well known, like henbane and mandrake and datura, but also tomatoes, aubergines, which is the eggplant, potatoes, and habanero pepper, chili pepper. These are all relatives of belladonna. And as you think about it, I mean, potato can be quite dangerous. It can be quite a dangerous vegetable if it's left green. And dogs, like Barkley here, little pooches like Barkley, are not allowed to eat tomato or potato stems and leaves because it's dangerous to them. So, yes, stop licking me, I'm fine. Okay, in medieval times, the early physicians used to brew up a concoction using belladonna and henbane and mandrake, hemlock and opium, among other things, all in this big brew, and use it when they did operations, basically as an anaesthetic and to knock people out. And atropine is still used today. It's an antidote to nerve gas and also to some poisonous pesticides. If you're exposed to certain pesticides, they give you atropine, belladonna, to counteract those dangerous effects. So it is widely used in medicine. Now, Italian Renaissance women, it is said, used to use a small tincture of belladonna and put 1 or 2 drops in their eyes to enlarge their pupils because of its hallucinatory effects, and it was said to make them look more alluring and more beautiful, hence the name belladonna. That's where it comes from, meaning beautiful woman. However, it's also said it might, there are a couple of other places where it might have come from. One of them is, once again, it's an Italian, Bueno Donna was the name of this medieval witch, really, who used to brew up all these potions for Italian women, and it might have been named after Buona Donna, who was a medieval witch. So there you go, the dog is being incredibly annoying. Right, talking of history as well, going back to the ancient Greeks, don't we always? Atropa from Atropa Belladonna came from the ancient Greek. It came from the 3 fates. Now the 3 fates, the first one was Lachesis, who determined and measured the length of thread when you were born. Then there was Clothos, who spun and wove the thread to control your destiny. And then there was Atropos, who at her will and at time of her choosing would cut the thread and made sure you died. And it was the poet Milton who wrote, "Comes the blind fury with the abhorred shears and slits the thin spun line." So, meaning that she'd come along and just slip that thread and off you'd go. So she determined that the fate of this fate would determine when you would die. Now, ancient Egyptians also used to use belladonna. They consumed very tiny amounts of belladonna to allow them to see other planes of existence, mysterious places, to travel to mysterious and unusual places. And of course it is said to be a main ingredient in flying ointment, many flying ointments. Roman priests, actually. So we've had the Greeks, the Egyptians, now we've got the Romans as well. Yes, Barkley. The Roman Greek priests were said to drink an infusion of the plant, belladonna plant. Sorry, my hair keeps on dropping. To invoke the goddess Belluna. And she was one of the goddesses of war, to help them win battles, and so that armies could win battles and be successful in war. That's another place where belladonna might have come from Belluna. Okay, magically, once again, its gender is feminine, and its element is water, and same as aconite, its ruling planet is Saturn. And it's mostly associated with the goddess Hecate and also Circe. It's used mostly in magic concerning beauty, obviously, and much like the Egyptians and with flying ointments, it is used to thin the veil, to speak to entities, spirits, and the dead, but for reaching other planes of existence. For communication with other realms, also for preparation for war, any battle. It's used for astral projection. Once again, you do not have to ingest or take in the herb, and if you do burn it, be very, very careful. Now, I use a tiny, tiny piece of belladonna, and we're talking tiny, in a lot of oil. And I use that. If I have broken skin, I do not use it on my skin at all. I've gone through this once before and explained I don't use baneful herbs in a way that's going to make me ill. But that comes with an awful lot of things. I mean, I can't use lavender. It gives me a terrible headache and brings on my asthma. So, to me, lavender is quite a baneful herb. It can make me quite ill. Another thing that belladonna is used for is for helping, especially bereaved parents, but bereaved people, in helping. It's used in spells to help them let go of the memories of the deceased, to help them let go of the deceased and let the deceased go on to another world, so that they can be left with only happy memories and peace. And I think that's quite strange that it's used to invoke war, and yet it's also used to bring peace, personal peace, emotional peace. But for the most part, it is used for astral projection and to communicate with other realms. Once again, it is an incredibly dangerous herb, incredibly dangerous plant. All parts of the plant are dangerous. Strange enough, people think that the berries are the most poisonous. They're not. The root, especially at the end of the harvesting time, is incredibly poisonous. It's probably the most poisonous. It contains more atropine than any other part of the plant. The berries contain slightly more atropine than the flowers. So, like I said, it is an incredibly, like many plants, if you don't know how to use it, any plant, if you don't know how to use it and you misuse something and you don't use it properly and you don't discover things about it and don't learn, it's dangerous. Anything can be. So, there you go. So once again, be very, very careful with this incredibly powerful herb, plant. And look up some of the, I mean, there are, it does make me laugh, there's an awful lot of people who say, oh, I didn't really want to include belladonna in my list of baneful herbs because it's so dangerous. And most people say this, but if you look up belladonna on certain search engines on the internet, for magical uses, you will find more about belladonna than any other baneful herb. It's a huge list. I don't know why the dog is wagging his tail, he's so happy. It's a huge list of websites and pages concerning belladonna. It is a very popular thing to write about. Is it one of my favourite baneful herbs? For the scent, yes it is. I think it's absolutely beautiful. For using, no, because it is something I have to be very careful of, so I don't like using it too much. And, you know, like I said, you have to be careful. So for all these people that say, oh no, I didn't want to include belladonna in my list of baneful herbs, they usually do. And as with many things, ask 10 different witches their opinions on belladonna, you'll get 10 different opinions, and not one is no more less or more valid than the other. You gather the information that you need and use that in your path as you choose and what feels right for you. So, oh God, I've gone all preachy. Oh my word. Okay, I'm going now. Me and Barkley. Hopefully Barkley. Yes, we're going. Come and say bye-bye then. See, look, can you see yourself there? Can you see it? Look, can you see it? There, you're there, look. Can you see yourself on the telly? Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Yes, he's just noticed himself. Look at him. Yes, my little Barkley boy. So me and Barkley are going now. Thank you for watching. We will be, well, I will be back soon. I don't know if Barkley will. Stop trying to lick me. It's because I've got Marmite rice cakes on the table. He loves Marmite. Did I say Marmite? Oh dear. Right, I'm definitely going. I have to try and control my pooch here. Thank you for watching, witchy people. I will be back very soon. Bye for now.